you're going to give up eventually. You know, there's always ups and downs. Take it and pray and let it get out of the way. Now, if it ain't good for you, I'm not saying stay in something like that.
Right. Very true.
But you got a good man, and if all you're doing is just arguing, and that's all you do is just argue, that too will pass. But all the other negative stuff that goes along with it, then that's not good. And somebody have to make a move sometime. But don't let it be so easy to give up.
That's a message, man. I mean, that's a message. Listen, in the audience, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope you guys are listening. I hope you guys are even taking notes, man, and writing some of this stuff down, because these are some important nuggets that's being dropped right here, in this particular interview, because these are words of wisdom that are not just get you by the day, but it get you by through life. And again, man, take heed to those lessons, because again, it's all about how you think, the way you think, and then you putting those thoughts into actions, and really just listening, connecting to your spirit. The only way anything electrical going to work is plugged into a power source. So just continue to stay plugged into your power source, and you'll be able to do some of these things that Mr. Wilburn is talking about. Can you dig it?
Thank you. One other thing I would like to say is that people don't really understand the power of God and the power of believing, the power of the positive force. They should learn to keep negative out of their thoughts. Period. For me, I had an ulcer when I was very young in the 80s, and because I was in San Francisco, and I was a negative thinker for sure. I know I was. That ulcer perforated one night while I was drinking a beer or something, and I had to be rushed to the hospital. Okay, and they took me and they put me on a gurney in the emergency room, and I laid there all night. It seemed like for about 3 or 4 hours, because if you don't come in an ambulance on a gurney, you're not first when you go into emergency.
Wow.
So I laid there, and that pain was so intense. I don't know. Maybe I felt like I was having a baby or something. I kind of felt like what I hear women say, "Oh, that hurt like a big dog," And then I realized the doctor, he saw me the next day, and the doctor said, "Man," he goes, "you're also perforated," and he put a hole the size of a stick pin head in your stomach. The whole of the size of a stick pin head in my stomach. He goes, "That acid was bleeding out in your stomach." And I say, that is what made me think I was going to die. That was what made me go to God and say, "God, if I get out of this, I will never negative again in my life."
Right on.
And I said, that's the reason that I don't think negative no more, man. I don't even have time to think negative. Let's just put it that way. I don't have time for it. It's just too out of the way for me.
That's solid though, man. I mean, because I encourage people all the time to just get that negativity out, get it out the way. Because again, if you're putting positive stuff in your mindset and you putting things that's productive in your mind, as you say, man, there's no room for negativity. It won't fit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there you go. So therefore, that's why you got to get that spiritual balance. That head and that heart got to come together, and you will never think negative again.
That's
because your heart. Your heart is the one that's going to be the leader of the pack. Right now, the head is like maybe leading the pack in all 150 different directions. But the heart is going to lead. The head has to agree with the heart, not the heart agree with the head. So when they get that, when the head goes down and balance with the heart, oh man, they're going to love it so much. They're going to love it so much.
How would you and encourage those, man, that maybe want to get into the music industry, or may want to get out there and do some things on their own, not even in the music industry, just entrepreneurship, just anything that they want to do? What would be your encouragement to those people, though, man, to just speak to some of the things that may be holding them back, or maybe on the fence or whatever? What would you tell them, to encourage them to do to get off the fence, if you will?
Yeah, well, one thing that we have to know, and a lot of us found out early in life, but we just don't take heed. Like, for example, I found out early in life what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be. Even though people told me, down the line, oh, you'll never be a singer, you'll never be a singer. Well, when they say that to me, I'm like, oh, watch me, baby, okay? So that's a lot of encouragement that I got by people being negative towards me, telling me that I can't. And then I'm saying, oh, but you don't know. Just wait and see. People still say that today. And I'm saying, look at me now, you know. But, yeah, anything that can hold you back would be things that you're not listening to your heart, man. I mean, but you're going to find out what you want. That's the main thing. If you haven't asked yourself what you want, then you haven't asked God for anything. Okay? If you ask yourself and you tell yourself what you want, then you're going to ask God and you say, okay, I read the Bible. Now, you said to me, anything I ask you for, you will give it to me with no problem, if I am righteous enough to have it. Okay, so stay righteous when you ask that question, that's for sure. Because you might get it, and then all of a sudden it falls right through your hand because you're not righteous, and God might think you're not worthy of having it. So whatever you ask Him for, He will give to you. I mean, look at me. I'm a prime example. I would consider myself to be a nobody, but I'm so rich in love, and I'm so rich in music, and I'm so rich in God and spirit and angels in my heart. Money don't mean nothing to me.
Right on. It's not the primary focus.
And I got a little bit in my bank account.
Let me hold something, Rudy. Let me hold something, baby. Let me hold something, then, man.
I got a couple of gold coins in there, you know.
Hey, well, let me get about half a coin, brother. I got it. I give it back to you. I give it back to you in installments.
Well, okay, I'll give you one of my lucky coins, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so all everybody out there, maybe I still didn't really answer that question because it's kind of a hard question to
no
describe
doubt.
how somebody can get off their tails and just do something and believe that it's going to be done. You know, do it, and while it's happening, believe that it's being done and take it step by step at a time. I don't take no more giant steps anymore. No more giant steps.
Yeah, I had to learn that.
Especially at my age, I'm taking baby steps right now because I don't want to make mistakes like I have made down the road by taking the wrong steps.
Yeah.
In the wrong direction, the wrong path or whatever. Because then you got to detour and you got to go back around, you got to start all over again, and you got to set step straight again. So then I learned, just walk the path of righteousness for His name's sake, and then you will have no problem at all.
Bruh, you just dropping all these messages and nuggets and sermonettes this morning, man, you know, on a Friday morning. And, well, Friday afternoon or Friday evening where you at. But I again, though, man, this is powerful information, though, man, and I really hope, you know, that those listening that will benefit from some of this information and really just soak it in, because that's what it's about, though, putting your mind and your energy on a higher plane and really just walking through this thing, because as you said earlier, man, you said you were making baby steps, but you're still moving forward. Right, even when you stumble, you still stumble forward.
Believe me, when I look back now, all those baby steps, there's a lot of steps that I've taken.
Yes.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. And it was forward progress.
Yeah. So you know, it's all good. You know, if people, brothers and sisters, and everybody would just get out there and just show some love, also, and know, just stop with the negative and just think about yourself. Don't ever think negative about yourself, and don't even worry about other people. Just worry about you and what you can do for yourself and what you can do for your children and what you can do, and just keep on pushing.
Keep on pushing.
Keep on pushing, baby. Keep on pushing. You know, it ain't going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. These words that I'm saying and the move that I am, the position I'm in right now, it didn't come overnight. Okay?
Yeah.
I even got all kinds of albums that are out, and music is great and everything, but this is the furthest that I've been in all my life with my music. The furthest push that I've had with this new album that's coming out, Speaking of, it's got 13 tracks on it. It's got 13 songs on it, and 10 of them are original songs. And a couple of them are cover songs, of course. But Yeah, this is really good for me. I'm doing great in England now, and here I am on your radio program in Houston, Texas, and we're talking about my album.
Yes, sir.
And this
yes,
album,
sir.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for having me as a guest on your show also.
Thank you for participating. Thank you for your time. Also, send me an autographed copy of that album as well, you know. But I just thank you for your wisdom and your knowledge and your understanding of just life. And that's why I just always was reaching out to you, man, you know, for an interview, to sit down and just chop it up with you, because I appreciated that, man. And I can tell you that to your face, you know, and I can tell my audience as well. I appreciate you taking that time to do that. You know, and just have that conversation, because even when you first met me, man, it was just all just straight love, you know, from the word go.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, man.
Congratulations to you too. I've been following your show a little bit, and I did say to myself, well, dang, Shelton did it. He thought about it. He said that's what he's going to do, and he did it. You see what I'm telling you?
Yes, sir.
Now here you are. You've done it. You thought about it, and you've done it. You're on your way now.
Yes, sir. 127 shows, I think, now, man. And I started, I think, like last November. You know, so I'm very grateful, man.
I'll be doggone. I'll be doggone.
Yeah, they listen in the Netherlands,
how great
Port-au-Prince, Haiti. They all over the place, man, listening. I appreciate it. So people going to listen to this interview, too, all over the place. And they're going to buy that album, because that music plays all over the place.
It's all over the place. Yeah, it is. I sure thank God. Now, this is what's going to happen. On these couple of songs that I have now, they're just out for promotion. Mm-hmm. And then on the 26th of July, we're going to drop 3 songs to all the DJs in about 40 or 50, 60 radio stations within Europe and all over the world.
Okay.
And then the 2nd of August, the album is going to be released on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, all the major platforms. Okay, it's going to be on digital sale. All right, so y'all get ready. Y'all get ready to go buy this album, because it's going to be dropping. It's going to be hard. And you know what? It's going to be something like you never heard before, because they don't know me and they don't know my original style of music. And I didn't know it until this album. Okay? You see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I can dig it.
That's why I just done stuff. I can pat myself on the back now, because I just done something that I didn't know that I could do, and I was ready to do. But I did it. I started thinking about a year ago, and it's finished. It's done. And I'm thinking about more now. And so, yeah. And you know, I'm going to tell you something else.
Yes,
I'm really getting heated up now. When I was making this album, you see, 2 years ago, when I was down to see you in Houston, Texas, and that song came on the radio in England. Okay, so, and I thought, I have a song on the radio in England. I had no idea about any of it. I got back home, and I realized that it was a song that I had recorded 10 years before. Okay.
Yeah.
So so they took it and they remixed it, and they made a brand new version of it. All right. Then I did 1 or 2 more after that. So coming up with the new album, I said to myself, well, you know, I really don't want this particular style. I don't know what style I want, but I want to have a style that people can say is Rudi Wilburn. All right. I found that style within going to different producers and different songwriters. And then I said to myself, well, what am I going to do with this style? The guy that put me on in England, he's not going to like this music. He's not going to put me on. I'll never be able to play it. So you know what? I called up a friend in San Francisco and said, man, we got to start a record label, bro, so that we can put this album out. And he goes, Chocolate Lips Records. This is my man I've been knowing for 30 years. Chocolate Lips Records. I said, okay, you got it. That's where we started Chocolate Lips Records. The album became finished. Chocolate Lips Records, the baby was born, and boom, there it is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You think about it, and that's why you got to think about a radio.
Yes,
you think about it. It shall be done. And it shall be done. If you are spiritual and if you know that you're doing the right thing. So now we got a record label, and now not only that, we're looking for artists.
Well, all right.
Rhythm and blues. And you can put that word out.
Okay.
They can send you something.
You just did.
And you can send it over. Yeah, you got something?
Yeah, I do a little something, man. You know, I tell you what, I do a talk album or something like that, man. You know, tell them holler at me. I can do something. Man. Let me know.